Kafka Hibino is training in the squadron-style combat technique, which is taught by Vice Captain Soshiro Hoshina. Although he struggles with it, Kikaru enters and criticizes him for his difficulty. She mentions that even her father practices the technique daily, leaving Kafka surprised. Afterwards, Kikaru hands over Kafka's phone at Vice Captain Hoshina's request before leaving. Once in his room, Kafka wonders if he should contact his friends, considering his secret identity. He is concerned about what his friends might think. When he finally turns on his phone, a flood of notifications appears, and he fears that the messages will be filled with hatred. Just then, Reno Ichikawa calls Kafka, but accidentally Kafka hangs up on him, leaving him embarrassed. Not long after, Reno calls from Miharu Furuhashi's phone, which Kafka answers. Reno scolds Kafka for not picking up his calls and points out that he hasn't contacted anyone in the past 2 months. He expresses his concern for Kafka's well-being. Kafka apologizes and confesses that he's afraid he won't be accepted into the 3rd Division because everyone fears him due to his Kaiju No. 8 transformation. Miharu then tells Kafka that while he is indeed scared of Kafka's Kaiju powers, it doesn't mean he dislikes him. Miharu explains that he has seen Kafka risk everything to save the 3rd Division, which is why he trusts him. He reassures Kafka that this sentiment is shared by everyone in the 3rd Division. Kikaru enters Kafka's room to inform him about the next training session. Upon seeing all the positive messages from his friends, Kafka starts to cry and tells Kikaru that Reno was right. Kikaru is happy to see Kafka doing well and encourages him to hurry up for the training session. Meanwhile, Isao Shinomiya is barely conscious after being devoured by Kaiju No. 9. He realizes that he couldn't prevent the new Kaiju from hatching in the nest. Numerous news reports emerge about the new Kaiju appearing in various locations, including Ajeo, Shibuya, Chigasaki, and Utsunomiya. At the Defense Force headquarters, Vice Captain Hoshina reports that the Kaiju are appearing and disappearing before the Defense Force can respond. This is attributed to the new Kaiju possessing significantly higher intelligence. Additionally, the rate at which the Kaiju are hatching is much faster than anticipated by Kaiju No. 10. Hasegawa then provides an update on the preparations, including the backup generators, the strengthening of the city's defenses, and the expansion of underground shelters, all of which are progressing according to plan. For countermeasures, they have disabled the seal on the No. 1 suit for Captain Narumi. Candidates have also been selected for numbers 3, 5, and 7, who can wield the numbered weapon powers. Head Captain Keiji Itami orders the deployment of every available anti-Kaiju force. However, he worries that if the new Kaiju are as powerful as Kaiju No. 9, which defeated Isao Shinomiya, they will face serious problems. Meanwhile, Isao Shinomiya is slowly fading away and entrusts his will to the new generation of the Defense Force, specifically to Kafka Hibino, as his consciousness slips away completely. At the Ariake Maritime Base 13, Captain Gen Narumi tells Kikaru that he would fight her seriously if she were to master the No. 4 suit, which was previously used by her mother, Hikari Shinomiya. Determined to honor her father's memory, Kikaru resolves to use her mother's suit to seek revenge for his death. The two scientists outside sense the earth-shaking clash between Captain Narumi and Kikaru, who are apparently engaged in training with their numbered weapons. They discuss how the 1st Division and the 3rd Division are conducting a joint training exercise. Meanwhile, Kafka is practicing his punches with Vice Captain Hoshina. However, Kafka's punches barely affect Hoshina. In response, Hoshina switches places with him and effortlessly punches Kafka, sending him flying. Hoshina tells Kafka that he has a long way to go and gives him a break for lunch. Kafka goes to the terrace to enjoy his lunch in peace, where he encounters Captain Mina Ashiro of the 3rd Division. She instructs him to sit next to her. As they eat, they reminisce about their childhood, during which Kafka was always the protector of their team. Despite trembling, he consistently wore a smile. Mina tells him that she has grown stronger and no longer needs to hide behind him. She encourages him not to carry all the burdens on his own. Mina also reminds Kafka of the promise they made as children to eliminate all Kaiju from the world. Kafka agrees and Mina feels relieved that he hasn't changed. With that, she bids him farewell. Meanwhile, at Shinjuku, another Kaiju disguised as a human appears, but this time, it attacks, killing multiple people. And that's the end of this episode.